Hello my strong friends. I'm recording this video from Sapporo, Japan. I'm trying to make this really condensed and concise. This is my fourth try. I just talk too goddamn much. I am in Sapporo because Ryan, my boyfriend, who is in the last video I recorded, he's competing in Asian Winter Games. It's really huge and it's super exciting, kind of the hype that is around the competition. Ryan competes in alpine snowboard racing. We talked about that in the last video. He's having good days on snow. We've been on snow since we've been here. It's fun so far. But this video isn't about Ryan. It's about me, of course. This trip has kind of forced me to reassess some things, take stock of prior training, take stock of my goals for the future, and look at the rest of my year training-wise. And I've ultimately decided that I need to switch things up for a few different reasons. I'm traveling for the next 2 months or so. I don't always know when I'm gonna be able to get to a gym. I don't always know how long I'm gonna be able to train because I really do want to experience the countries that I'm visiting and the places that I'm visiting. 2, I'm not terribly inspired by my standard powerlifting training. So I'm ready to, 1, learn a lot and try movements that I've never tried before, and 2, just shake things up. I think it's about time for me. I am so far away from competition season that I'll compete in nationals next year in October, that I think it's just, I owe it to myself to kind of take a step back and not just keep hammering in the big 3. The last block of training, we didn't really do that too much. We did a lot of variation work, but the like variations that we were focusing on and the programming that I was doing was still so similar to, you know, we're always using the same theories, like programming like methods, and we're using methods that we know have worked. But when you're doing the same movements for years, you know, I'm ready to learn new things and do a ton of research and do research with myself and learn what else is there, what else there is. So I also need to take a step back as well and focus on my general health and well-being. I'm fine, I'm really fine, but I've lost a few of the things that I miss from different styles of training. I don't ever do anything like yoga, and I've liked doing that in the past. I don't ever sweat, and I don't ever get out of breath, which I think is not great. So I'm ready to start reintroducing more regularly, whether it be like cardio sessions. I don't have the patience for that ever, or some kind of like high intensity interval training into like mandatory work. I also think it's time for me to figure out a way that I can track my progress. So I find whenever I track things, I'm more inspired. Just like checking the box off. Ready to figure out a new system to start monitoring my own progress and kind of taking stock more consistently. I do things regularly where I like rate my workouts. I get my program from my coach, Ryan, and we collaborate on my programming. I get that program from him in like a PDF, if you're like a strong friend and use our programming, you know exactly, I see the exact same sheet that you do. I am taking that and I write it down. So I write it in a notebook, and then after every session I like take note of my best lifts for the day, and I take note of like how much fun I had and how strong I felt, or like how accomplished I feel. I like that I do some of those things, but I want to create something that keeps me more accountable to like that training diary. And that's just like a small thing that I'm adding into things that I'm switching up. So yeah, those are like the things that I'm excited to focus on. I'll try and like make it a little more neat and organized in my ramble. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take at least the next 8 weeks, at least, and that'll be while I'm traveling, to really figure out something, some sort of program, some sort of training protocol that I can put together for myself that will help achieve those goals and also kind of fix some of my problems that I've experienced in the past. So yeah, I've already gotten started with some things, like as far as research goes. I've been asking a ton of my friends, which I'm lucky enough to where I was like so smart to, one, start saying strong friends, and two, start interviewing other athletes, because now I just have this huge pool of really like literally the strongest people in the world to ask any questions and survey them. Already a list of things that I want to get started on. Really first thing that I'm going to do is start researching more movements to kind of tackle the first thing of introducing new training movements. So I have like the list of people who have contributed to that already is just amazing, and I'm super thankful for that. I'm like really happy that I already feel confident knowing that I have a lot of people to turn to. So some of the stuff that I have, it's just I think my programming, I believe, and I'll always stand by the programming that has gotten me to where I am. It was a couple of different things and a couple of different coaches there, but ultimately I made the most progress, and that's like advanced lifter progress with what I've been doing. I'm just burnt out, and I think as a coach, I and my clients deserve for me to take the time to do some more research and like figure new things out. I really just was asking a ton of people what movements I can start introducing. Like I have a list of over 50 exercises that I've never used in a program. I think what powerlifters do is really specific to getting the squat, bench, and deadlift, improving that, and that's how I program for athletes, because it's a powerlifting program. I'm gonna get you good at those 3 movements, and that is our like main goal. I think there is a lot to learn from different styles of training, mainly bodybuilding style training, and a lot of muscle mass to build by doing things that aren't just the squat, bench, and deadlift. For instance, like today or yesterday, Greg Nuckols just wrote an article about using the trap bar deadlift. And I mean, when I first read that, I'm like, I am totally the snobby powerlifter who thinks doesn't appreciate the trap bar deadlift. And Greg Nuckols is telling me, don't be that guy. So, I mean, I just have a lot to learn, and I'm super excited to kind of embark on this new style of training, and I'm gonna take you with me. I'm ready to be more than just a snobby powerlifter, and I'm ready to be more than someone who is only well versed in these 3 movements, and those like accessories that like are still pretty specific to those movements. And I'm gonna talk about it, and we're gonna learn together, and who knows what it's gonna look like. So I tried to make this as concise as possible, but I think that was my 4th try, and this one was pretty good. So yeah, I will put to follow. This is kind of like my intro to a new playlist that we're gonna figure out what it's gonna look like together. So yeah, welcome to the Adventures of Meg. I think I'm ready to just like be more than what I've been doing and not limit myself. So I'm always gonna be more and not less. And I encourage you to do the same. The goal is always gonna be to get thick and juicy and stronger. So I'm gonna see if introducing new things will provide the same result. So I hope you guys are excited to join me. Comment down below if there's any ideas that you have, anything that you wanna see. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll try it all. So if there's something that is weird or something that you found worked for you in getting stronger that you don't think I do, comment down below and let me know. I couldn't believe how many people, like super strong people, suggest that I do handstand push-ups. Just something small like that. I'm like, why would I do handstand push-ups? I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna figure it out. Hope you guys enjoy my spiel. I love you, and I'm so excited. I'm getting more inspired as I keep talking, so before I burst with inspiration, I will let you go. Bye.